So I was looking through some quotes tonight because I need to do my podcast. I've got my "Don't Break the Chain" going again. Now that we've started February, starting over. Not quite a New Year's resolution, but a 1st of February resolution. So every day, doing my three, right? That's my morning routine, exercise, and podcast every day. Get three little X's on my calendar. So it was kind of late. It's about 10:30, and I had not done my podcast. So it was like, it's time. So I went looking for some quotes, something that would kind of speak to me. And Winston Churchill. You can't go wrong with Winston Churchill. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. So let's talk about that, shall we? Welcome to my journey of self-discovery, life balance, career success, and business creation. This podcast works to answer the question of how successful professionals like us stop drifting and get focused on keeping our careers and businesses growing rapidly while having a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love. What we call the Third Power Life. And this is the Third Power Life Podcast. So I love this quote. It's a fairly common one, but it really focuses on like perseverance and resilience and keeping going in the face of challenges, which I've had my fair share over the past month or two, and this whole idea of perseverance, resilience, knowing our purpose helps us with that. It's helping stay in command of our lives, by going with the flow. Here's what happens, and understand that, success is not final. You're not just like, okay, I've arrived, I'm done, right? There's always more to do. There's always more to be. We have to keep growing, and that's why having a purpose in life, your purpose can't be something small, right? It's like, I want to earn $10. No, your purpose is something grand. I'm here trying to make the song Cats in the Cradle just a song and not a story about anybody, and change generational habits and the way that fathers and parents interact with their children, with work and life, and that make sure we're there for our kids. That's huge, right? That's something that's going to take more than what I have, the time that I have left in this life, right? And so I'm constantly working towards that. So there's not going to become a day where, okay, I'm done, I'm now a success. It just doesn't work that way. And by the same token, failure is not fatal. 'Cause I've failed so many times. I've failed today, right? We constantly have to be doing things. And I can't remember who it is that says it. I don't know if it's Stephen Covey or somebody like that, but it's like, failure is an event. It is not a person. You are not a failure. Failure is something that we experience, and failure is an opportunity to learn. That's what it's about. And failure is finding ways that don't work. Failure is a refinement. And, so we fail at something. Okay, that didn't work. How can we change it a little bit and move forward, right? That's what life is. If there's anything I've learned from the past month or so, that you got to keep going. You can't just stop, and you can't just give up, right? So remember, failure is an event. It is not a person. You're not a failure. Your success is not final. Your failures are not fatal. But we have to keep the courage to keep going. And that's why having your purpose, being in command of your life, gives you that courage. It gives you something that you're going for. I mean, we've all seen the movies and read the stories, and where people push themselves far beyond what their physical limits are for someone else. What would you do for your child? What would you do for your family, for your spouse? Right? We would push ourselves far more than just because I want to, right? That's not enough. It's got to be something more inside you. That's what gives us the courage. And, remember that courage is not a lack of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. And so, I want you to know, as we're moving forward in this journey towards a purpose, on this journey to become a commander in your own life, it's not going to be without fear. In fact, it's going to be full of fear, but it's fear that you can overcome. And that's what courage is being uncomfortable. That's what fear is. So be uncomfortable and take the action anyway. That's my message for today. So, the courage to continue. That is what takes our life to the third power. So until tomorrow, my friends, it's time to put an X on the board. I'm glad you enjoyed this podcast. Please let us know what impacted you in today's episode. You can join our Discord or Facebook community to connect with like-minded people that want a real third power life. You can go to thirdpowerlife.com or look in the show notes for links. And remember, hit that like, subscribe, and rate button for the Third Power Life podcast. Until next time.